Hey guys, my name is Storm. Welcome to my channel. Today, this video is going to be for people who are new to real estate or just getting into real estate. I'll be talking about why I took a break from real estate, how it feels coming back from the break, and top 5 things I wish people told me before I got into real estate. So let's get into it. Okay, so you guys have to forgive me. I'm going to be looking down at my notes. So if you see me looking down or looking around, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So, I took a break from real estate. And honestly, at first, I was kind of beating myself up about it. But as time went on during my break, I realized that it was the best thing to do, and I just need to chill out and relax and enjoy the ride. Because I was burning out. Simply, that's what it was. I was burning out. I mean, I was beginning to feel bitter, so bitter that I didn't want to interact with people. And if I did interact with people, it would show. So in turn, I was like, you know what? Let me take a breather. Let me take a step back and just kind of collect my thoughts and really dig deep and connect with who I am. Because anyone who's in this game will agree that it is really hard, and you can kind of forget your reason as to why you were even in it. Like, sure, you're making money, but like you kind of forget like your goals that you had set up, especially me, considering I started during the pandemic. So for me, it was a lot, but that's for another time, another video. But yeah, simply, I was burning out. I was feeling all these negative emotions. I had a lot of deals that were falling through, that were consistent. So it was like a consistent feeling of, things aren't going right, people are wasting my time, and I'm just getting tired. So yeah, I realized I had to take a break. I was burning out, and I didn't want to I didn't want to, not that I was projecting, but I didn't want to project onto potential good clients, onto anyone, but especially the good ones that really don't deserve it. So yeah, I was very unmotivated. I would stay in bed like all day. I would sleep away the first half of the day. Sometimes I wake up at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just because I had no goals. I had no, not that I had no goals, but I just had no motive. I had no motive, and I couldn't focus. And I really just hated the way things were going in real estate for me at that time. So it was very much like I was very much depressed. I was very much depressed, and yeah, I didn't know how to communicate in a way that didn't show my frustration. So yeah, I definitely had to take a break, and I'm glad that I did, because once I did, I was able to focus on the things that I needed to focus on. First of all, my spirituality was one of them. Before getting into real estate, my relationship with God was pretty much non-existent. I did believe in God, but he wasn't something that was my everyday thought. Now he is. And I needed this time. Like, I needed that. I truly needed Jesus. Like, I truly did. So I stayed home, and I focused. I just focused on building my relationship with God, and I focused on my mental health. I focused on self-love, and I just spent a lot of time with family and friends, people who loved me and cared about me. And I found that through all of that, I was able to find like pieces of myself again. I was able to get back onto my old schedule. So earlier I was saying that I would sleep until like sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and my whole day was done. Before that, I was a morning person, very much a morning person. I love getting up in the day, early in the morning, and experiencing sunrise. That's me. So I was able to get back slowly on that track of getting up early in the morning and starting my day and making sure that I had stuff to do. and keeping very busy. It took me a while to get there during the break. Like I said, it was a break, so the fact that I got there was the goal, you know. That was the whole reason why me taking a break, was to get back to my roots and to get back onto track. That a break allowed me to do so. So coming out of the break and getting back into the game, I have more energy, I'm more motivated, I'm more positive about things. Things don't really get to me. I just feel like exactly how I felt the day I first got my real estate license. I truly feel like that fresh newbie again, where it's like bright eyes, but I feel like I am armored, like I leveled up, you know? And it feels, I don't know, it feels really good. This is like my first time doing all of this. So I can say that it works, and I highly suggest this to anyone who's struggling, or if you get into real estate and you do feel like you are burning out and you're starting to feel bitter, take your break. It is so freeing, and it's much needed in this process, because real estate is hard and you really need to stay focused to deal with the deals, negotiating, and the contracts. You gotta stay on your P's and Q's. So yeah, coming out of the break was great. It allowed me to get back into things, feel completely motivated and a whole new person. So moving on to the top 5 things I wish that people told me before I got into real estate. Now, there's way more than 5 things, but just for this little like introductory video to my channel, I'm gonna just stick with 5 things that I wish people told me before getting into real estate. But there is a lot more. I will definitely do a video with more, but let's just stick to these top 5 that come to mind right now. So number 1 is brokerages. Okay, so they tell you, make sure you find a brokerage that is very helpful and will like help you with training. Great, fabulous. All brokerages, in my opinion, all brokerages offer that. Maybe there's a few out there that don't, but for the most part, they all offer that. For me, it was very much taught that you got to find a brokerage, like a good name brokerage, like Remax or one of the big dogs, and go with them. That wasn't really the best choice for me, because I did end up going with one of the big dogs. It wasn't Remax, but it was a big dog, and they took all my money. They took all my money, something that also people didn't really talk about. And they also, not only that, but they pressured me. They pressured me to make deals. Keep in mind, I got my license the moment like we hit lockdown. So the fact that they were pressuring me, a newbie, during the time where it was like unprecedented, no one's ever gone through that. It was really, it turned me off of them. It just turned me off completely. I was over them completely, like, to say the least. So when it came to my first deal with them, they took a bunch of my money, and it was a bummer because right after that deal, I went to another brokerage, and that brokerage that I'm at now is amazing. They leave me alone. They don't pressure me, but if I do need help, they are there to help. It's amazing. And plus, I have way better. I have 100% commission. They only take a little fee, and that's it. Like, literally, it's nothing. It's so amazing. And that brings me to number 2. There are plenty of brokerages that offer 100%. In the beginning, they usually tell you that as a new agent, you're only going to get 70% or 65 or whatever it is. No, you can always negotiate your commission. Don't feel like you can. You always can. And if that brokerage doesn't want to negotiate with you, or they're not hitting the number that you want, there are brokerages like mine that offer 100% or 90% commission to you. It is literally, there are options. Don't feel like you have to go with the big dogs, because I will tell you something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is the agent. Brings me now to number 3. Unprofessionalism in the game. It is rampant out here, okay? People don't care about no morals. They don't care about no ethics. They really care about getting the bag, and the bag only. They don't care about you getting a bag. They care about them getting a bag, and they will cut you out if need be at any chance you get. So you really gotta build tough skin and get ready for these unprofessional people in the game. And I'm not just talking about realtors, because it's not just realtors. It's pretty much like, and it's under the umbrella of real estate. Like anyone who's involved in houses, build like mortgages, anything, mortgage brokers, lawyers, contractors, painter, like anybody. I'm losing my train of thought, but there are lots of people under the umbrella of real estate that this applies to. So there is a lot of unprofessionalism, and you just really have to be prepared to know that all the stuff that you learn in school where they tell you don't do this, don't do that, just be prepared to see other people do it and get away with it. But don't follow suit. Always stay above, because karma's real and eventually it will come around, and I've seen it come around for those agents. So yeah, be prepared of that. Grow some thick skin, and don't be shocked if you see some shady stuff. If you see some shady stuff go down, it is really a thing out here. Number 4, lead generating companies. So this was something that wasn't told to me before I got into real estate, or even in the beginning. This is something I literally had to just learn through like word of mouth. But lead generating companies, they are amazing. If you find the right one. There are some scammers, of course there are some scammers, so you really have to do your research. And if you're new, I would start off with a budget of no more than $150 to $200 a month max, and just really do your research. But there really is a bunch of lead generating companies out there. There are some really good ones. I'll do a video in the future showing like some top 5 really good lead generating companies that can help you out. Number 5, well, I was going to do this one, but I think I will wait for another video, because I think it truly does allow a video for itself. But I will go ahead and do this one. Wearing all the hats, a master of all trades, literally is a realtor. Be prepared to wear many, many, many hats, okay? Be prepared to be a jack of all trades. Be prepared to do your own marketing, find your own leads, be your own staging company, be your own cleaner, painter, and accountant, among other things. Like the list goes on. But when it comes to listing, or if you get a lease and you don't, because real estate is very expensive, so sometimes you don't have the money to pay for maid service, or to pay for painters to come in to repaint the place, or to pay for a staging company. Sometimes you really have to be innovative and self-sufficient on your own, and really get down in the paint and start, like, no pun intended, but you really got to be like a jack of all trades in that aspect. So be prepared to literally wear the hats of everything, just for the beginning, until you start making your own money and you can start negotiating with other trades, and really building your little circle of your networking circle for business. But those are the top 5, and of course I got a number 6, which is a bonus. This one is just ties it all together. Take breaks. Make sure you take breaks. If you feel like you're burning out, if you're starting to feel bitter, you're starting to feel angry when you get up, and the fact that you have to go meet a client, that means it's your time to take a break. Take a break. You will love it. Your body will thank you, your mind will thank you, and your spirit will love you for it. So take your breaks, and don't be afraid to allow yourself that time away from the madness, because real estate is very much taxing on the mind, and it is taxing on your body at times, because of course our mind and our body are of one. So if one's not feeling well, then the other isn't going to feel well either. So please take your breaks, and don't worry about what other people are doing or how successful it seems to be. Just focus on you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be paying your bills. You're the one who's going to be happy, and you're the one who matters the most. So anyways, that's my short little video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.